If you like what you're seeing and you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or listen to us wherever you can. We're on all audio platforms. Walker, Zhang, Ortega, and Sterling, too. I love this co-main event this weekend. Obviously, there's some other fights on this card, including Sergei, which we were asked about earlier, too.
Yeah, earlier on the prelims, Michel Pereira, who's always fun to fight, he's fighting Kyle Dawkins. And Lonier Kavanaugh, who I don't know very much about, is fighting Charles Johnson. That's a flyweight fight, but Charles Johnson seems to be putting a lot of fun fights together. So now those are on at 3 a.m. on the East Coast, and I will not be getting up to watch those. So I'll catch the main card, though. You want to talk about this? Usually we do main and co-main, but Sergei Pavolich versus Waldo Cortes-Acosta is a fun fight.
Yeah, I mean, Sergei's just got that power, so it's always a question of...
Waldo does too, though.
Yeah, and Waldo's, whose chin's going to give away?
I think that's the question.
Yeah, kind of like Waldo, honestly.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, I have this hunch, but I'm going to go Sergei. I'll pick Sergei.
Yeah, Sergei definitely. So obviously before Tom Aspinall fought him, he had a very impressive aura about him, terrifying aura. And then, obviously Tom caught him and knocked him out early in round one. And then Volkanovski beat him into decision. But obviously they had a weird thing because they were former training partners and everything. So I think I see Sergei getting back on the track here. So I also always pick against Waldo Cortes-Acosta for some reason, and I'm always wrong. So I won't be surprised if I'm wrong again. But I'll pick Pavlovich by first round KO.
Okay, I'm going second.
Somebody needs to go to sleep in this fight, though. If they don't get knocked out, if one of them doesn't get knocked out, this fight is a failure. So
this would be a boring fight otherwise. Yeah, I agree.
Very interesting co-main matchup here. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling.
All right, Ortega 16-4-1, 3 KOs, 8 subs, 5 decisions, 1-3 in his last 4 fights, 2 fights last year. Before that, he didn't fight till 2022. Injuries have made him inactive. He's had fight of the night 5 times, performance of the night 3 times. Sterling 24-5, 3 KOs, 8 subs, 12 decisions, including 1 disqualification. We know that's how he won the title. 2-2 in his last 4 fights. Most consecutive title defenses in UFC bantamweight division history. Performance of the night once. Most wins in bantamweight division history. Tied Dominic Cruz for most wins. So Sterling was a menace at bantamweight. He was really good. At featherweight, I still think he's a bit of a mystery. This is going to be an interesting fight because, again, Ortega, I don't know what version of Ortega is out there right now. When I think of Ortega at his best, and I think of Sterling at his best, I see Ortega choking him out, honestly. Like, I like Ortega. I like Sterling, but I think Sterling's going to get caught at some point. I don't know if that happens now. I don't know where Ortega is at. I don't know where Sterling is at either, but I feel like he's a little bit ahead. I'm going to say Sterling's going to get the win here by decision.
Yeah, I'm with you at the we don't know where Brian's at. He lost 4 of his last 6, actually. So, I mean, obviously looking pretty far back there because of the injuries and everything. But this is a very interesting jiu-jitsu matchup. So we'll probably going to get a striking match because that's normally how that goes. I hope I'm wrong, but I really want to believe in Brian. But he's looked a bit slower. He's been in and out a lot. He found God in his life, and that can be great for his life, but can dull that kind of killer fighter instinct in fighters sometimes. So, and Aljo, he made that move up to featherweight where he beat Calvin Kattar, which, unfortunately, Kattar's not really what he used to be at this point either. And then he lost to Mosvar, but I thought he won that fight. He lost the decision, but I thought he won. So, at this point, I'm with you. I got to pick Aljo by decision. I just hope that we see some jiu-jitsu scrambles somewhere in this fight, though. I don't want just a straight boxing match from these two guys.
No. It's just one of those times where, unlike the other night, I do want to see it go to the ground. So,
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
To the main event here, this execution, Johnny Walker versus Zhang Mingyang.
Yeah, Zhang Mingyang, 19-6, 13 KOs, 6 subs, 12 fight winning streak, 3-0 in the UFC, performance of the night 3 times. So he's just been nothing short of impressive in UFC so far. Johnny Walker, 21-9-1, 16 KOs, 3 subs, 2 decisions. He's on a 2-fight losing streak and 1 no contest. Performance of the night 4 times in the past. Walker Walker, this feels like he's being fed here. Walker likes to bang. I think he's going to get his wish, and I don't think it's going to work out so well for him. I will take Zhang. I'll go second round. I'll be nice to Johnny, but I can see this going out early.
Zhang doesn't usually get out of the first round, so
that's true. And Johnny's got a shit. All right, first round, you talked me out of it.
They basically sent Johnny Walker to China to be executed. The UFC knows that China or Chinese people don't want to see one of their own lose in China. So, Zhang,
tough matchup for Walker.
Yeah, he's finished all of his wins, either submission or KO, and Walker has a suspect chin at this point. So I think Zhang gets a fairly early on round 1 KO. But I'm rooting for Walker. I do like him, and I think it would be great where he's up. I don't know what the odds are, but I assume he's a heavy underdog. So it'd be great if he could get the finish in round 1 himself. But I'm picking Zhang.
All right, Zhang all the way.